you might not be getting the most out of your Oracle Jet. Here's how to fix that. And an interesting thing is the cold brew and the cold espresso function. So these are unique to the Oracle Jet, and I actually think that they do a very good job. So you get a size setting, and it will tell you, a small is 4 ounces, medium 5, large 8. But of course you can customize that like all the others. The one thing about these two drinks, the cold brew and the cold espresso, is that they're a little bit more picky about a grind size. So if I go all the way coarser, so we're at let's just say a 41, and I go back. So we're gonna get a cold espresso brewed here, and I know a lot of people had questions on how the cold brew and the cold espresso function works, and like some of the super automatic machines that we've seen, it's brewing at a lower extraction pressure than typical, and this is why when you click into the drink, it wants you to set it a little bit finer than what you would be dialed in at for other drinks. Now, this is just a recommendation. I know it's got a red exclamation point and it looks like a warning, but in reality, if you hit OK, you can keep the grind setting that you're at if you're happy with it. It's more just a recommendation from Barista Guidance rather than, a hard set limit. I'm going to set my custom drink volume up again for a lungo, just about 3 ounces, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna lock that in place. It's a little delicate when you do this motion here, but it kind of clicks in, soft clicks into place. Just tap it once and it will start to dose, or you can pull and it will start to dose as well, like this. We should have a puck that is dosed and tamped, and we do. So now I'm gonna get it into the group head. And typically cold is really meant to be brewed over ice. It's not gonna be ice cold out of a machine that has a thermojet system or a boiler system. We're gonna do it without ice just so I can get a feel for what the temperature is like right out of the group head. And then you just hit the brew button to get started. There was a pulsing because it's kind of pre-infusing, and then it's letting it sit. This is common with some of the super automatics that do cold brew, but it is a slower process. It's not gonna take 30 seconds like a regular espresso. It's destined to take longer. I believe the default is about 2 minutes. So I was incorrect about that. I forgot that we were doing it volumetrically. So now that we have the 3 ounces out, the machine went ahead and stopped, and it took just about 45 seconds. If you have a finer grind than I did, 35 is not too super fine, then it will take a little bit longer. But if it's volumetrically set up, it'll get you a nice, cool, it definitely is cool to the touch, espresso. It actually tastes pretty good, and it is cold. It's about as cold as the water in the tank itself. It's definitely not as strong of an extraction as like a hot espresso. But I think in the summer, if you did this, or the cold brew function, put that over ice, maybe with I like blackberry syrup in my iced espresso. This would be a really great drink choice. So now we've brewed our cold espresso. I'll walk you through the last few drinks, and then we're gonna get a hot espresso brewed with the Barista Guidance as well, just to show you some differences there. So after the cold drinks are the hot chocolate and baby chino settings. And then there's a tea option, and then there's the custom drinks. As you can see, Breville has included a ton of features and functionality in their machine. And really the takeaway here is that you really want to interact with the machine to get the most out of it. They've done a really great job of being thoughtful around the design of the menu and the design of their user interface, and it is best, and along with the Barista Guidance, to really make sure that you're interacting, changing those settings until you get the right drinks that are right for you. Speaking of Barista Guidance, now that we've done the cold espresso while ignoring it, I'd like to do an espresso and try out the Barista Guidance and see what it can do. Okay, so 2 ounces out in 15 seconds, and now Barista Guidance is telling me, we noticed your shot was running too fast, decrease the grind size to 21. So we'll give it another shot. Okay, so 16 seconds. So now Barista Guidance is again gonna tell me we're running way faster than we'd like. Okay, so I've dialed down the machine all the way down to a 10, so let's give it a shot. So it's still running a little bit too fast. So I'm gonna taste this and just see where we're at in terms of taste. This was our last shot. The closer I get down in grind size, the lower down I get. I'm definitely noticing more crema, which means a little bit better of an extraction. So let's give this a taste and see how it goes. We're definitely getting closer, and with the Barista Guidance, you know, it's going to help you get dialed in, especially that first time you've used an espresso machine. A lot of people do use this as their first espresso machine, and we actually think it's a pretty great choice because, you know, with just a manual, it can be hard to figure out different things. We're always there to help, but it does a great job of getting you dialed in. And then once you're good with the parameters, you can always turn it off, and then you can totally, you know, go on your own way or turn it back on if you feel like something's not quite right. With so many features and bells and whistles, we really wanted to give a deep dive into the functions of the Oracle Jet, but we do also have a more general review available, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested.